Welcome back, or welcome to my channel. This is Cammie from Stitch Hazel, and I just wanted to let you know what my Make 9 plans are for 2020. I didn't make a Make 9 for 2019. I thought 9 garments was an unreasonable goal for myself, but when I started looking back at what I actually had made in 2019, I had made at least 9 things. Granted, they were a lot of them from the same pattern, but I was thinking I would like to hold myself to a goal this year, and hopefully this YouTube channel will help me to achieve it. So first of all, I am wearing an Edie top, and that is my first of my Make 9 goals, which is to finish my Edie tops. I have made 4 already. I'm in the process of making 4 more. And I have 1 that I haven't cut out yet. So first of all, the Edie top is a pattern from the Sew Over It Capsule Wardrobe Work to Weekend ebook that they made. And it's one of my favorite patterns ever. I won't go into too many details because I'm planning to make a video review of the pattern. But the fabric that I haven't yet worked with is this gorgeous knit. I purchased it from Hawthorne Supply Company. And each of these fabrics, I'll try to put a link below in the description box so that you can, if they're still available, pick some up of your own. This is a hydrangea pattern from Rifle Paper Company, which is my favorite designer. I actually have never seen a Rifle Paper Company knit fabric. And I love knit fabrics because they stretch and I don't have to do full bust adjustments or anything like that. So trying to stick with those for right now while I'm kind of a novice seamstress. But it's from the Meadow collection that they printed for Rifle Paper Company, and it was done in 2019. And this is the hydrangea, I think it's called a hunter green. I'm planning to make an Edie top in this, along with the other Edies that I've already made. Now my second goal is a little bit more, I don't want to say adventurous, but probably harder, more difficult. The last 2 years, I've made my Easter dress for myself from a pattern from Sew Over It. Sew Over It, as you probably know already, is one of my favorite pattern companies. Their patterns and their inspiration and their Facebook group kind of helped get me back into sewing. I sewed a little bit growing up with my mom, but I've made my Easter dress for the past 2 years from their patterns. First, I did a Zoe dress, which I'll pop in here. And then last year I did a Marguerite dress, which I'll pop in here. I also made, that was my first video review, was for the Marguerite dress. So this year I want to do a Betty dress. The Betty dress has been on my list for a long time, but I am a larger busted girl. And so it's going to require some very specific adjustments, and I am afraid of those. I'm not really big into an FBA. I might have to purchase a class on it because I'm just new at this. And so that's why I've been sticking with knit so far, because I don't have to make as many adjustments. So the Betty dress, first of all, I want to make it in this gorgeous Rifle Paper Company fabric. It's just 100% cotton, and I purchased it from Rifle Paper Company. But I want to make the Betty dress. I'm still deciding whether I want it to have sleeves or not. I'm not a big sleeveless dress person, but I could just wear a cardigan over it if I didn't like the look of it. But I'm thinking I might hack it a little bit and use the sleeves from the Eve dress, which is also a Sew Over It pattern, and make little flutter sleeves on my Betty dress. So we'll see. I think I might also add belt loops and put a little belt around it. So that is my number 2 make. And my number 3 make has to do with that. I'm planning to make a tie from the Sew Over It tie pattern, and something that coordinates with that for my daughter for Easter as well. So it's not going to be matchy-matchy, but it will have some of the same fabric in it. So I'll have a dress, my husband will have a tie, and my daughter will be wearing something that coordinates, and we're gonna just be too much. That's what we'll be. So that's my first 3 of the Make 9. Number 4 is the Mathilde or Matilda blouse. I've never heard it pronounced. I don't know if it's Mathilde or Matilda, but it is a gorgeous pattern from Tilly and the Buttons. I've never sewn one of their patterns before, but I am following them on Facebook. I watched some of their videos, and it really seems like a great pattern company. I'm excited to kind of foray into that world of Tilly and the Buttons patterns. But the Mathilde is definitely my favorite so far. of what I've seen. Again, I haven't sewn them. I am going to be using this fabulous Atelier Brunette. It's Granito, and it's the chestnut colorway. Again, the lighting on this isn't awesome, but I'll pop a picture in there, I'll pop a link below. I got this from Fine Fabrics Canada. It's a viscose, and it's really fun because I'm from the States, obviously, not British, you can tell from my accent, and I get kind of jealous of all of the fabulous fabrics that I see on the Facebook groups and the things that I see that people are buying in Europe. And I have ordered from the UK several times, but I found this Atelier Brunette on a shop called Fine Fabrics Canada, which means it didn't have to be shipped overseas, so it got here more quickly and I didn't have to pay as much shipping. So I'm really loving them. You should check them out. No matter what, but you should definitely check them out if you are in North America. So that will be my Mathilde blouse from Chili and the Buttons. The next goal is to finally make, finally make a pair of trousers. I've never done it before. I've definitely been sticking to dresses and tops so far because my skill level is very small. So the Carrie trousers, I was not planning originally to make them. What I wanted to do was make a pair of the ultimate trousers, but I purchased the class from Sew Over It for the Carrie trousers and ultimate trousers together. And it seems like making Carrie trousers is a good intro into the world of trouser making. So I wanted to do it well. I wanted to be able to wear the trousers that I'm making and not waste them. And the amount of tailoring that goes into other trousers kind of scared me. So I'm planning to make the Carrie trousers from this gorgeous fabric, again from Fine Fabrics Canada. It's a polyester, I think it's a rayon or a viscose, but it's called Savannah, and the designer is, I've heard people say Lady McElroy, or I would pronounce it Lady McElroy, I'm not sure, but their designs are also gorgeous. And I'm hoping, there's a little bit of a kind of a peach coral color. I'm hoping to be able to make a top that also would go with those trousers. Maybe another Edie top, maybe because I'm obsessed. We'll see. So that's the Carrie trousers, and I'm planning to do the online course, which I purchased from Sew Over It, to walk me through that. The next one is a pussy bow blouse. I purchased this when Sew Over It had their patterns on a deep discount last year. I think it was because of the number of YouTube followers that they had. So I purchased the pussy bow blouse, which I had been interested in already, but had never really gotten around to it because I've been making Edie tops like my life depended on it. I have a fabric for it, and I'm not sure if I will use this for the pussy bow blouse or if I will make another Mathilde or Matilda from Chili and the Buttons. But either way, it's going to be a gorgeous blouse. It is, again, Rifle Paper Company, could you guess? It is also from Hawthorne Supply Company, and it's from the same line, the Meadow collection that they printed for Rifle Paper Company. So I'm loving this. I'm excited for what this is going to turn out to be, and it'll be an experiment. The next one is the Emma dress. I have been in love with the Emma dress for ages. It's been on Pinterest. There was this one that was a green sparkly holiday dress that someone posted on social media, and it's been my favorite dress that I wanted to make forever. So finally, Sew Over It released it into the wild last year instead of the knits class, which I can't take because I'm not in London. So I've been really excited to try this out as well. I originally got this, it's a Ponte Roma fabric. It's just a navy Ponte from fabric.com. And I originally got it to make an Edie dress. I did make an Edie dress out of a forest green Ponte, and I'll talk about that in my Edie review eventually. But the Edie was not as good of a fit as I wanted, and it might just need some darts. I might adjust it, I'm not sure. But I still have this gorgeous length of fabric, and so I'm planning to use this to make an Emma dress, which I'm hoping will be a very basic addition to add to my everyday wardrobe. Very excited. The next one, number 8, is the Charlotte dress. Now, the Charlotte dress was not always one of my favorites, but I saw someone on Facebook post a make of the Charlotte dress in a tartan fabric, and it was fabulous. I also think this person, from what I can tell, tends to be around my height and size, so I'm thinking we have a similar body shape. It's got to hopefully look good on me as well. So the Charlotte dress I am hoping to make for a around the Christmas season. So I know this is a tartan fabric. I know it's from, I think it's from the family last name Cameron, but for me, it just looked red and green. Sorry. But it's a gorgeous plaid, and I'm planning to make the Charlotte dress out of this. Now, what I didn't say earlier, I forgot to tell you, I'm planning to make my make 9 kind of in order. So I'm starting with the Edie tops because I already had those cut out. Then my next make was for Easter because I wanted to give myself enough time. Some of the middle ones are kind of summery, and then that one is going to be for closer to the holidays. So I'm hoping to get to those kind of in order. And my last one is going to also be for around the holidays. I might need to switch this and the Charlotte depending on how much I get done and how much time I have left. But my last one is going to be hopefully a hack. My brother is planning to get married in October of this year, and I'm not in the wedding, but as a guest, I wanted to wear a gorgeous dress for all the family pictures. So another fabric that I have had my eye on forever has been another Lady McElroy fabric called Midnight Rosette. Is this not gorgeous? It's amazing, and it feels amazing. I've looked at it online on so many sites, and they were always sold out. So finally, Minerva Crafts, thankfully, got some more back in stock. And I purchased it the very day that I saw it was back in stock. It's a scuba, which I've never sewn with before, but it's kind of a heavy knit fabric. What I'm planning to do, on my original make 9, I said I was either going to make a jumpsuit or a kind of a Georgie hack for my brother's wedding. I've decided, at least for this fabric, I'm going to make a Georgie hack. And I want to keep the bodice of the Georgie. I'm going to keep the skirt structure of the Georgie, but make it longer, either a midi length or a floor length, because it's going to be kind of a formal wedding. The bridesmaids' dresses are all floor length, so I thought it might be more appropriate for that. And I might shorten it later after the wedding, and use the length of scraps that I have to make something for my little girl. We'll see. But what I'm planning to do for the sleeves, instead of the Georgie sleeve, I'm either going to use the idea of the Edie sleeve, again for a flutter sleeve, and I know that the Edie is not meant for stretch fabric, but I still think it would work to some degree. And then the other idea that I had, I saw a dress made by Athena Kaku, who is such a fun personality to watch on YouTube, and she had made, I think she called it the Winter Dress of Dreams, and I'll post a picture of it here. And it had kind of flutter sleeves, but they were longer, so it made it look more formal. So again, I'm just going to play around with it. I'm definitely going to do either a toile or a Georgie dress out of some other Ponte fabric that I already have to see how it fits me first. Those are my plans. Those are my make 9 for 2020. I'm really excited about them, and I am hoping to make reviews of each pattern as I go, because I found those really helpful when other YouTubers make those. The Marguerite dress that I made last year, when I did a review on it, I did it because I couldn't find one on YouTube anywhere. And I really wanted some tips and tricks from someone who had made it before, and I couldn't find it. So that is my hope, that I will be able to help someone else, and hopefully some other beginner sewers who are making their own way into the world of maybe trousers, maybe more fitted shirts without the stretch and having to do some FBAs like I'm going to have to, or even into the world of hacking. I'm hoping that my adventures will help someone else this year. I hope you're well, and I hope you have many sewing plans for 2020.